Welcome to another episode of Narrative. I have my boy here, Jonny, who is an established business owner. I'm excited to have him on. I'll go ahead and give him a chance to introduce himself, what he does, and we'll go from there.
All right, hey, so my name is Jonny, the owner of JDMJonnyTints, located in Central Falls, Rhode Island. Instagram tag JDMJonnyTints. And if you're looking for the highest quality window film, paper protection film, and more, shoot us over a message on Instagram and we'll take care of you.
Yes, sir. Dude, me and you just hit it off right away
Yeah,
because
we did.
we literally just started talking about business, like how you got your business to where it is. At the time I was starting my own marketing business.
Yeah, I did see that actually. That's pretty dope.
Yep. So like I would say for you, like what got you into window tinting and just really scaling that up to where it is now?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it happened on accident. I didn't just was like, oh, let me go look into window tint as a hobby, as a job. It was more like a hobby thing.
Okay.
At the time, back probably 4 or 5 years ago, I had my mom's car. We were sharing a car, me and her, and I went to Walmart and I was gonna clean up the car and I was gonna go in there and get like detail supplies and stuff like that. And I seen that there was a roll of tint there, and I was like, oh shoot, like you could just tint your windows, right? So
Yeah.
I didn't think much of it. I just bought the roll. I went home. My mom had just bought that garage area, and took my mom's car in there and I just tinted the windows. It was that simple. And then from there I was like,
Yeah.
like, it looked good. It was not good, but to me it looked good. But
Okay.
it looked terrible, bro. I'm not gonna lie. There was so many bubbles. There were so many like imperfections in there, but I was like, oh shoot, it came out okay in my head. So I went to Walmart again.
Okay.
I bought like another 2 rolls, and then again tried it again. Came out okay, and from then I was like, okay, I tinted the car. After tinting my mom's car, I had a friend on Snapchat. She had posted her car. It was like an older Nissan Altima, and she's saying that, oh, I need tint, and I slid up on there. I was like, oh, like let me tint it. And shout out to Madeline, you know who you are. Always hook you up. But she was looking the reason why I started tinting cars. But long story short,
Okay.
I was like, oh shoot, like let me slide out. Let me see if I could like get the extra experience in there. So she was like, oh, you could tint cars, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah. So she asked for some pictures, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I sent her the good side of the car. I sent her the good side of the car. She was like, okay, but so whatever. Long story short, I ordered the materials, I ordered the tint, and boom, tinted it. It took me a long time to tint that car, and I didn't complete it. It took me from 9 in the morning on like a Saturday to like Sunday and like 2 o'clock. I did not complete the car. I only was able to do the 4 windows, and I tried the back windshield, the front windshield. It was a no shot.
Okay.
So I waited until I got my personal car. Once I got my personal car, which I still have to this day, that's when I ordered a lot more material. That's when I ordered the actual good material and like equipment. And from there,
was that the Accord? The Honda
yeah, that was
Accord?
my Honda. That's my baby right there. That's my Honda.
Okay.
Accord. I still have it. I'm still keep it. From there, that's when I learned how to do windshields. And from there, I was like, all right, but and then that's when my uncle gave me a call. And he was like, oh, I have 2 work vans here. He was like, I want you to tint them. So I tinted them. At his house, at his garage, and it came out good. I was like, all right, bet. And then so I pulled up to one of my boys' house, and he details cars, by the way. Shout out Leo, and he was like, yo, you should start a tinting page, right? Like an Instagram page. And at the time, regardless of the time, I wasn't really like a popular kid.
What year was this?
It was like fresh out of high school. 2020, summer of 2020, and I was like 18.
Okay.
And he said, you should start Instagram, right?
Yeah.
I was like, Instagram. I was like, why would I start Instagram? He was like, no, because you can promote your work. At the time, he was already detailing cars.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was like, hey, you should make an Instagram. And I thought about it. I was like, okay, I'll think about it. But the reason I was so iffy on it is because I wasn't really a popular kid in high school. I wasn't like a social media person. I wasn't here posting every day or every month to like try to get clout. I was like in my own circle, doing my own thing. Didn't really care about social media. And I had thought at the time, the only way to grow on Instagram is if you were known.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was like, that was my perception of it. I was like, if the only way to be known is if someone obviously knows you through like popularity or something like that. Yeah. Right? I didn't know like social media is like a whole different thing where you can market yourself, and just grow on there and just become some type of influencer, quote unquote. But or someone who has like clout.
It's crazy when you say that because I didn't same thing with me. When I started my own online marketing business, I couldn't care less about social media. I just had like 1-2 pictures there and just call it a day. But when you're really doing your own business,
Right.
you really don't need to be known to be making money off social media.
I didn't know that
Like,
though.
there's legitimate businesses that probably have like 500, 1,000 followers, probably bringing in anywhere between $20,000-$30,000 a month.
Oh, for sure, I believe it. That's for
And
sure.
there's like a whole entire game behind it because like there, you can grow organically through social media, but like if you understand like meta ads, paid advertisements, there's
I'm
so
still
much you can
dabbling
do.
into that, into the whole like meta ads and like the Facebook ads and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Most of my work is just through social media and like people like reposting my work and whatnot, and word of mouth. A lot of word of mouth too. Like not everybody has like a social media account, but my work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
And honestly, you have the hardest part down in starting any business, and it's just the product, the offer. Like if you already do good work that people want, the rest and like really scaling is just marketing.
Yeah, it really is. And I've definitely gotten to that point where I need to figure out a better method on marketing myself. Like I've got the work down. Like I know how to perfect Windows 10, like do all of that. Like, but I definitely need to improve on my marketing a little bit more.
Do you know Alex Hormozi?
I don't.
Okay, so I actually have a book right there. I'll show it here. I'll edit it into the podcast if you're watching on Spotify, YouTube. So for him, Alex Hormozi, he actually started his own marketing business, or not marketing business. He actually started his own entrepreneurial journey in the gym business. So he started his own gym. He cracked the code, learned how to get customers. He cracked Facebook ads, started scaling his gym. He eventually sold his gym, started scaling other gyms, marketing for other gyms, ended up selling his gym scaling company, and now he makes like $250 million a year just scaling businesses.
Wow.
So he has 2 books. There's one called $100 Million Offers. It pretty much shows you if you don't have an offer, you don't have your business. He's like, this is what makes a good offer. This is how you put something together that people will feel stupid for not buying your stuff. The second book is called $100 Million Leads.
Okay.
It's really everything in terms of marketing, how to get leads, all the different ways you can get leads, really how the different strategies can coincide with each other. If you're at this point of scaling your business, how can you get to the next level? How can you get your product, your service in front of as many people as possible and the right people?
Wow.
I'm recommending that book. I think honestly, in your stage of business, from what you've told me, what we've talked, that book is like a gold mine. It's priceless. Like you can really take that information in that book. If you're making $10,000-$15,000 a month, you can really take that, go to $50,000 a month easily just with the information that's in that book. Once you get more volume of people, it's more sales.
True.
You get more sales, you can expand into a bigger location, maybe hire staff, and you start playing the game from there.
I'm I'm trying to get into the reading books things too. I'm not gonna lie, I need to get better at that. So there's a lot of information on books from what I've heard, and I have yet to like really dabble into it. The only one I really bought was Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I have yet to read it. I've just been so busy.
Yeah, I feel that. And to be honest, it's tough for me to read books too. I like consuming like podcasts, like long form content.
I do too. Yeah, it's good.
Alex Hormozi, he's a marketing genius because with him, it's like what he does is all of the value that he gives out for free, he makes it accessible in as many formats as possible. So if you wanted to literally listen to the book on a YouTube video, he has that on his website. If you wanted to listen to it in podcast format, Audible, he reads it out himself. If you just wanted to buy the physical copy, that's how I absorb the information when I want to study better. So that's what works for me.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I should while I'm working and stuff in the cars, I should probably play that in the background.
Yes, sir. I know you started doing the window tints early on. You started out at your mom's garage. Did it for your uncle, your friend. At what point did you really realize, shit, this can turn into like an actual business? This can take me places.
Well, I didn't know at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
At the time, I was working a retail job, and I was in college. I went to school for law enforcement.
Okay.
And at the time, I was gonna do the window tint just as a side gig, just to like make a little bit of extra money, because the retail work was not cutting it. Like you make bare minimum doing that stuff, and I was like, full-time college student, working retail like on the side, and then I wanted to make some extra money. I knew like there's many ways to make money out here. And like,
Yeah.
now you just gotta find your niche and figure it out, and then from there, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta run with it.
Okay.
So what I did, like I said, I found window tint, found it as a hobby, more of a side gig, and going like probably like a year into it, because I was still learning the craft. It takes time to learn this stuff.
Yeah.
Anything you do in life, you know, it takes a lot of time to perfect your craft. Like I had already started my Instagram. I was probably like at 100 followers, 200 followers. Those are obviously all like friends and stuff like that, and just people who like shot me on their story, and it was like friends of friends.
Okay.
I was still in college. I went to CCRI for like 2 years for law enforcement. Yeah. End of my second year in college, and I was like starting to see like a lot more clients. I was able to do it every day, damn near every day, 1 or 2 cars a day, and I was probably close to like 1,000 followers at the time. I was already doing it for some time, like a year and a half, and I was seeing the money I was making. I was making some pretty decent money, and at the time I was like back and forth with it, either becoming a cop or starting my own business, because I started doing the math, and I was like, I'm making more than like a regular cop at the time.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, like that's crazy. Like about starting your own business, it's like once you like see the money coming in, you start doing the math. It's like
it doesn't make sense to do something regular when you could just
imagine if I went full time.
No, exactly, and I was doing it part time, so I was like, wow, like imagine if I do this full time, like what more could I do? So I was like, all right. It was a tough decision, because like obviously I was close to finishing college. I was close to doing all that, but like it was just wasn't making sense to me at the time. I was like, I'm making more than a cop, and like it didn't make sense to like go to kind of like quote unquote downgrade. Which I don't think is a downgrade, because I would still join the law field and stuff like that. But I just started doing the numbers, and I was like, man, it doesn't make sense to me. So I was like, all right, Ma. I talked to my mom. I was like, Ma, like I think I'm gonna leave college. I think I'm gonna pursue this full time.
What did she say? What's her reaction?
Obviously, she's a Spanish mom. I'm Guatemalan, so you know how Guatemalan parents be. They're like, no, like you can't stop going to school. You gotta go for your education. You gotta get your degree. Putting all these things in my head, and I was like, Mom, like I'm making more than a cop. Like in my field that I'm gonna join. Like, well, it didn't make sense. And obviously, you can move up in the field. I'm not saying like, I'm saying I'm making so much money, but at the time, I was like, damn, like I know I could pursue this business, and I know I could make much more money. And so I was like, Ma, I think I'm gonna finish. Like, I'll take a gap year. I said I'm gonna take a gap year. I was like, Ma, I think I'm gonna stop for a year, focus on the business. The business is doing really good, and I'm like, I like had no time for school because of the amount of clients I had to do. So I was like, I left for a year, quote unquote, and then I ended up just like not going back. But I told myself, if I'm going back, it's for a reason, and the reason is my business is failing. To an extent, right? I was like, it's a good thing if I don't go back. If I'm not going back, it's because my business is doing really good, which it did, and I haven't been back. So clearly,
no, and that's crazy, because that's a big thing that I like to preach as well. That's kind of like the message, the platform that I want to provide for this podcast, is the fact that anything is fucking possible.
Oh, anything is possible.
Like limiting, like, you know, us being Hispanics, you know, our parents, they want the best for us. They want us. I'm Dominican.
Oh, you're Dominican. Okay.
So my
nationality.
Yeah, my dad grew up in Dominican Republic. My mom, she came here when she was a baby. So for them, they want you to go to school. They want you to get a stable job, so you can be comfortable, so you don't have to struggle, because you know they come from poverty.
It's understandable though.
You know, we get it. And thing is, there's so much more room for growth. Like, you know, you're never going to believe what's possible unless you think bigger.
It's so true.
And the thing is that we're programmed into thinking, all right, let me be stable. Let me get a comfortable job.
It is. It's crazy. Yeah.
So it's like, unless we start like being conscious and reprogramming ourselves so that we can think and aim for these bigger goals, then it's just not going to happen. For example, like for you, it kind of happened by accident.
Kind of did, yeah.
Like, you know, you kind of were doing this window tint on the side, and you started seeing money come in, and then you started doing the numbers, and you're like, well, shit, this is crazy.
I will say it wasn't just random. Like, I do believe in God, and I feel like God got me to where I'm at right now. I will say that for sure.
For example, with me, it's like, if I would have never met like up with certain people that gave me a certain pieces of information, I would have never gone the route that I've gone. I ended up getting business funding to invest into trading, I use some of that leverage to invest into my own business. And it's like, it's like you really just don't know until you know.
Right.
Like these aren't things that don't get. These are things that don't get taught in school.
Nah,
Like yes, you know,
definitely
like what's possible,
Yeah.
like what's like what you can really do. Like when I first started my own business, I was working corporate. I was in this job for like 2 years, pretty stable, great company, lots of benefits, a shit ton of PTO,
No, really?
and I'm like, however, it's like you know just corporate. Like you know you stay there for years, you climb up the corporate ladder,
Yeah.
and I knew I wasn't gonna stay there.
Oh yeah, you knew?
Nah, I knew, but I didn't know like how long because I'm like, all right, I
Like
knew
you just felt it. You knew you wasn't gonna stay there. Or
that
was it
wasn't
just,
that
it
wasn't my
for you?
life.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I didn't see myself staying there for 10 years, 20 years,
Okay, that's fair.
and I just wanted better for myself. The thing is, like, I didn't know. I knew like I needed to find like an opportunity vehicle to make money. I didn't know what it was. Trading at the time was my kind of thing, but I knew I needed to like kind of save up money to like reinvest and then like pay off debt, whatever. And then I got access to some funding.
Okay.
Through some leverage, through the business credit conversation that we had.
Yeah, how did you get the funding? So with that funding, you built this platform?
With the funding, I was able to kind of invest into learning how to start my own business. I invested into like sales training. I'm in sales right now. But essentially, just to kind of give context to the audience, when you get your credit to a certain place, doesn't even have to take that long. Like as long as your credit utilization is like really down, you know, you can really work to pay that off. There's tons of different credit repair business funding companies out there that can help you really get your credit right. And what you can do is if you have good credit and you have like an LLC, doesn't take much work to formulate an LLC.
No.
The banks will give you a lot more money. Whether it be in the form of a credit card, whether it be in the form of a loan, they'll give you a lot more money if it's for a business than they would personal.
Okay.
So there's really ways to kind of play the game where it's like, all right, let me get my credit to a good place and let me work with the right people. And you can literally get access to $60,000, $150,000 in business credit that you can utilize for whatever you want, for whatever business you want, for whatever investment you want. And this is kind of this is one of the biggest things I broke through my limiting beliefs, is because you're telling me that I don't have to save up 3 years of money to invest in, maybe buy a property, to invest into a business. You're telling me I can just work a couple of months, get my credit right, and then use the bank's money.
I'm still learning this too. That's crazy. I know you learn something new every day.
And the thing is, I would have never known any of that unless someone told me.
So do you have a mentor?
No, it was just like some of my high school friends. Shout out Tyrese, shout out Jeffrey. So they were like in trading too, but they're just in the world of entrepreneurship out there. They make tons of network. They're learning a ton of stuff. Tyrese, my boy, he actually started his own business funding business. So the same way that I got help with that, he's helping everyone else. So that's his business model. He helps people get money from the bank.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah. And kind of just to kind of bring that point home, I got access to this funding and I ended up investing into like some consulting so I can start my own online marketing business. And something that my mentor had me do, he had me write down my major definite purpose. Like, what is something that I want to achieve? Doesn't matter how unrealistic it is.
What is that goal?
I want to be making at least $1 million a year. That's $83,000 a month.
Dope.
Right? And honestly, that's more like a broader goal. I would say a more specific goal is I want to take care of my family. I want to buy my own house.
Of course, yeah. I feel like it's a Spanish thing, man. To like take your family out of the hood, or where I'm from. I guess where we're from over here, like.
You know, at the very least, like, you know, like.
Get them a house and stuff.
Here, this covers the next 3 months of your rent.
Oh, for real. Like that's the least, man. I feel like that's the least I can do. They came from so much struggle. They came, at least from my parents. They came from Guatemala, and they started here with nothing. Obviously, it's a whole new life. That's like you go into the Dominican Republic and starting a brand new life over there. Like it's crazy. So I was like, they definitely put in their work for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the least, man, like that's why I work so hard too. I'm not gonna lie. It's literally my mom. She was a single mom when she was raising me, and she worked 2 jobs, taking care of me and my sister for so long. And I just knew at the time. I was just like, I'd seen the struggle.
Yeah.
Like I knew she worked a lot. I knew like all the struggles we've been through.
Yeah.
I was kind of like a smart kid on that stuff. Like I knew so much stuff that was happening before even being told. I don't know how to explain it to you. I was very observant.
Yeah.
So I seen the struggles. I seen everything.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I knew growing up, like I needed to make my mom proud. I needed to work hard. I needed to whatever it took to just have her not worry about me. She worries about so much other things that I would like want her to just know that her son is doing good. That's pretty much what that's all I want. I'm not gonna lie. Like nothing about the money. Money's dope, obviously. You can buy all the toys and do all the things that you can do. But I just want I want her to have the relief of just her son doing really, really good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And adding on to just the whole point in general is like you going like the traditional route, you know, of course, you know, you can go to school.
Nothing wrong with that.
You can have a job. If you're aiming for like these big goals, these big aspirations, you know, I want to buy my mom my house. You're gonna take years going through the traditional route.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, all right, now once you start thinking like, you know, about your major definite purpose, like what he had me do is like, all right, now set a specific time frame. When would you want to do it? Like it doesn't matter how unrealistic. All right, I want to do it before I turn 30. How much money do I need to be making to?
So you start writing all these things down, and now you have to do it by a certain amount of time.
Exactly.
So it gives you like a timeline.
Exactly.
Okay.
And now you're kind of thinking more tunnel vision into like what you want to do. It's like, all right, well,
it's like steps, right? It's
yeah.
Like you got your first step, second step, third
exactly.
step, and you just like follow along it.
Exactly. And you know for damn sure, I knew for a damn fact, I was not gonna get to that goal nowhere near the time with what I was doing. And it kind of helped when I was starting the business. It's like, all right, if I'm selling a marketing product, if I'm selling my service for $2,500 for every client that I get just up front, and I can like, you know, kind of monetize that, make more money on the back end, it's like, shit, you know, next thing you know, I have 5 clients, I'm already at $10,000 a month.
Interesting.
And it's like, you kind of, once you get into the business world and like, you realize what's possible, it's like, and you start really thinking for like a specific goal, like a specific big goal, you realize that it's kind of attainable. You just kind of have to have your mind wired to think that way.
Interesting.
Because you're never going to think that way.
In a regular job, right?
In a regular job. You're never going to think that way until like someone like kind of tells you what's possible. Like, you know, I'll tell you what, like the company that I work for, I sell marketing to doctors, essentially. The CEO is like 20 years old.
What?
He started his marketing business when he was like 16, doing online marketing.
Wow.
He be bringing in like, with the business, like 100K months.
That's crazy.
80K months.
What does he do? It's kind of just.
So it's lead generation. So it's like, for example, any businesses, like, you know, let's say med spas, doctors, clinics, weight loss clinics, will help them get patients. So it's like, all right, you don't have any marketing. For up until now, you've been growing your business through word of mouth, through referrals. You don't have like any sort of online presence. Well, guess what? We know how to do paid advertisements. We know how to, you know, you finesse a system so that you're getting clients, patients out of that. So someone that's trying to scale will pay for that. They'll pay a lot of money for that.
Okay.
And that's how, you know, he built his business model, just providing value to other businesses.
Dope.
Yeah. So just kind of adding more to like what's possible. Like I invested into like sales training. The owner of like the sales group, like the mentorship, he kind of went through like one of like the biggest sales companies in North America, kind of became like a top rep in like selling. Now he made his own thing. He's doing his own business, teaching people how to sell. I'm pretty sure like he's doing well above 300K a month right now. At 22 years old.
That's dope. This is what you want to do?
In terms of like what? Like
Like business-wise, your business.
Like my business. So
What
here's
do
the
you
thing.
want to like do with your business?
I do want to do my business
Aside from this, right?
aside from this, yeah, because this is so it kind of plays in the part. I'll explain that in a bit, but just to kind of like wrap up this point, it's like it's gotten to the point where it's like I hear people talk about their multi-million-dollar goals, and it sounds normal to me.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm just like 6 figures a month. That's like what, $8,000 a month is like. That's a lot. Don't get me wrong. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
So like your average person, that's way more than a lot of people are making. I'm just thinking a lot bigger now.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you ever feel uncomfortable saying that out loud?
No, it felt like weird just saying it now because I know for a fact it's like I'm talking most of my audience. I'm probably like making well under that,
Mm-hmm.
like probably $3,000, $4,000 a month, which is good. That's like $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
But the point I'm just trying to hammer home is like what's possible is so much more, and it's not as hard as you think it is. You just have to be in the right vehicle to get you to where you want to go.
Got it.
Yeah. But to kind of answer your questions in terms of like kind of the business that I want to do, right now what my focus is, I invested a good chunk of change into investing into my sales skill set. So I'm just gonna try to stabilize myself, make good chunk of change through selling. Right now I'm doing like high ticket sales, it's just selling expensive stuff to clinics or whatever.
Okay.
I'm studying right now to like get into sell insurance, just because again I meet people that are making $25,000 a month passively.
That's crazy.
Because you kind of get residual income for depending on the type of insurance that you sell, and this person was able to kind of build their book of business to he pretty much like on health insurance, like he has like a book of business of like 860 people that have active policies that he sold over the last couple of years, and because every single one of those people he gets residual income from it, $25,000 a month passively.
That's crazy. That's just of like him selling them to the other company, right?
Yeah,
like the insurance.
And the crazy thing about the insurance business model is like, unlike your regular business where it's like you sell people, you have to provide a service. With insurance, it's like you sell people and then you make money. There's nothing you have to do after that. There's no fulfillment.
That's crazy.
So that person, he told me he made like $1 million gross plus for his business last year, his insurance business. So yeah, for the short term, I want to focus on selling, thinking about getting insurance. I'm studying for my insurance license right now. Medium term, I actually want to take advantage of the brand that I'm building with here. And I'm actually thinking about starting my own clothing line with like the Narratives brand.
I'd definitely buy a shirt.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. And I think I have like a powerful message, and I feel like the fact that I'm kind of building like this theme, this platform, I can kind of make like a storyline with the brand, whereas like the narrative, like own your narrative, rewrite your own story, and it can be like hoodies, it can be comfort wear, it could be a shirt, hats.
That's fun.
With this logo, I feel like this logo is tough.
That is tough. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen it. It's tough.
And there's that's just another way I can do it. So the brand will be like, the podcast will be like a way to boost the line, but like in terms of like actually running the business so that it makes a lot of money, there's e-commerce brands that they don't even have like a online super big online presence, big brand, but because they know how to like run Facebook ads, because they know how to generate leads, they're making like,
you know how to use the tools.
Exactly. I mean, I have a good idea on a good foundation there, and I can definitely get to that point. How, like I said, like there's people that are making like easy 50K months consistently through like apparel online, through TikTok shops, because they know how to run ads. And that's kind of like the direction I want to go with this. I feel like the fact that I'm creating a message, it's fulfilling for me, and the fact that I can you take this message and I can kind of sell something, start a business off of it, then it'll just put me in a position where I can set myself up for success while also doing something that I'm passionate about.
Oh yeah, bro. That's what I like to hear. Oh yeah, that's good.
Yes, sir. Dream big, think big. Doesn't matter. I would kind of reverse engineer it. Think of the biggest goal that you have. Doesn't matter how unrealistic it is. Whether it's I want to buy my mom a house, whether it's I want to buy the newest BMW M3 or M4. Doesn't matter. Like, you take that, you kind of say, all right, when do I want it? A year from now, 2 years, 3 years. Then you say, all right, what opportunity vehicle can I find? How can I make this happen within a year where I can afford it comfortably? And then you'll kind of start thinking differently. Whereas like you won't be complacent with whatever you're doing right now that's not allowing you to get to where you want to be. You'll start thinking of other avenues that could get you there. And I feel like that's how you grow. I did want to ask you, as someone that did have my own marketing business for a good small chunk of time.
Mm-hmm.
There were tons of moments where I was stressed out. Like, I'm like, how the hell am I going to make this happen? I need to make this work, because if I don't make this work, then
you don't eat. You gotta get food on the table.
If I don't make this work, I'm gonna just be putting myself in a hole that's gonna be hard to get out of.
Right.
So I guess for you is like, what were like the toughest parts of growing your business? If you can like think back to like a time or a specific phase, and like how did that make you grow as a person?
See, the toughest parts about building the business. Well, I will say, thank God it happened naturally and it all flowed. But let's say how about when it gets slower?
Okay.
Well, actually, the toughest part was low-key marketing yourself correctly,
Yeah.
and also finding a name on what, like a flow, that people catch on and be like, oh, like that's Jonny, blah blah blah. Like, I'm still figuring it out as well. Like, I'm saying I got it down pat, but the hardest part was probably just like marketing, just trying to find new people, like different ways. Like, there's obviously competition out here, and my point is also trying to stand out through your work, or just you as a person. Like, people like to connect to like a business or something like that. Like, from what I've seen, they don't just like, how about this? I want people to feel like connected when it comes to like coming to me as like to do their service. Like, I want them to have like an actual conversation, like feel comfortable, instead of just, oh, here's your car, here's my car, tint it, blah blah blah, and then get out of here. I want them to like, actually build a connection to like my business, my brand, whatever the case may be. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about a rebrand. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna rebrand my business, change up the name. I want to be more marketable. So like what you were talking about, the name, you wanted to put it on shirts, you wanted to put it on hats. I'm on the same thought process. Like, I got the work down, I got the skill down. I just gotta figure out a way for people to like catch on to the whole brand itself, and just for it to flow on its own. A little bit better. And without my name in it. Like, I want people to like, people ask me like, oh, why don't you like do shirts or sweaters, and like, I'm just like, I just don't feel like, nothing wrong with my name or anything like that, but like, I just don't feel like, I want it to be more than just like a business shirt or like a work shirt. I want it to have a meaning behind that. I want it to be like marketable. I want it to have a dope design without my name in it. Just the actual garage name or the shop name.
And the coolest thing about having like a brand like that is that you're not confined. Exactly.
That's why I haven't made any shirts yet. I want them to like really pop out. I want somebody to look at that shirt and be like, yo, where'd you get that shirt? They're not thinking about the business. They don't know like I do window tint, but they're like, yo, where'd they get that shirt? My boy would wear it and be like, oh, it's my boy's brand. Like, he has a window tint shop, PF shop, and a vinyl wrap shop. He details over there at one point maybe. And they're like, oh damn, like that's dope. Like, what's his name? And then boom, getting a client off of that maybe.
It's so many different ways to play the game.
There's so many, bro. There's so many.
Because when you start your own brand, you can connect. Like, an idea is to connect locally with like, local communities, thrift shops that just kind of already have like a big audience.
Exactly.
You can grow your local brands like that. And honestly, the coolest thing about like having, or business in general, especially with the way that the internet is now and how much tools we have to our disposal. Is like you can have a brand and like you can still get rich and get a lot of money off of a brand without even having to like boost your local presence or like get popular.
Right.
And I'll expand on that through like the game of like knowing how to market, how to like funnel your money into like paid online advertisements. Like there is predictable ways to get new people to buy your stuff without even having an online brand. For example, like the company that I'm working for, the company that I'm selling for, we sell marketing. All of the new clients that we get are through paid advertisements. Like, you know, just cold, like, you know, we're paying Facebook and Instagram saying, hey, put these ads in front of people's faces.
Oh.
And we're selling products that are literally $8,000, $10,000 to these doctors for our services.
Wow.
We don't even have a brand.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's just off of advertisement?
Yeah, we don't have a personal brand.
That's crazy.
Like, you know, we have a funnel where it's like, you know, hey,
yeah,
we have the ad, it gets people interested, they click on it, then they click on the ad, then they'll see a video of the CEO kind of explaining what we do, how they do it, and the value of it. And from there, they get into like a sales call where it's my job to sell them on what we do. But again, the business is doing really well for itself without even having a personal brand. The power of marketing.
No, for real.
And there's lots of different ways to market. Like I said, like it doesn't have to be all through like word of mouth. There's so many different ways. There's so many games. So much game. $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. If you own a small business, definitely read that book. Follow Alex Hormozi. Yeah.
Gotta teach me these things, man. I'm still learning myself.
Yes, sir. That's why we tapped in.
Of course.
That's why we tapped in. So I was gonna ask you, like, what is the vision for your company? Like, do you think you can go like deeper in depth, or is that like with the brand like still like a work in progress?
Well, it's obviously still a work in progress. I gotta figure out. First, I'm gonna rebrand my business.
Okay.
Once I rebrand it, I'm offer more. Well, once I rebrand the name and have something marketable, I'm obviously market myself a lot more. From there, I'm gonna get into a bigger shop, and from the bigger shop, I'm obviously gonna have to offer more services because I have a bigger space to branch off of. You know, I'd be able to do paper protection film in that back left corner, vinyl wrap in this other one, commercial wraps in this one, in the middle of it. I could have some detail. I'm not really a detailer, but I'd hire someone to detail over here on the side, and then, you know what I'm saying, maybe two bays for just window tint, just cars in and out of here. Because most likely, like, window tint, the cars just come in and out from the front.
I will say, again, I've just been listening to mad of this dude's content. So something he does is he records episodes with like people that come saying, hey, this is the problem my business is having. How can I get past this problem? Yeah. Anyways, point of saying that is that there was this one business where something that he preaches is like, hey, if you're doing good with one thing, and it's gotten you to a certain point, like it doesn't matter what it is in any business, you can really take that one thing and it can get you to like $1 million a year. And then after that, depending on the business that you're in, then you can start thinking of maybe expanding into like doing other services, selling other things. But like, if you just want to do like just window tinting, you can just literally take that one trade, that one skill, scale it to $1 million a year.
Off of your book? Off of that book?
Off of just content that I've consumed from. It was like a podcast episode.
Oh, really? Yeah. Send me that. What the heck?
I got you.
Well, if that was one video, then I could learn a lot off of that.
Yeah. So, literally, I would say there's definitely ways to scale your business.
Right.
Just with the window tints, definitely just have to really get creative. I feel like for you, if you can really nail marketing down,
dude, yes. But don't worry, like the window tint is gonna be a staple. So like that's really what I'm really good at. But you could branch off from other things. So one, just grow your business and just constantly have work. It'll just flow.
Yes. No, I get you. I really do, and that's just logical.
Yeah.
However, when you already, because think about it this way, you're already good at tinting.
Yeah.
You do paint protection films. That's like, you know, obviously you can sell people. There's always a market, and no matter what you do. However, that's going to be something that you take the time to learn, you know, there's going to be like something new, something different. However, if you can just get more people interested in your tinting, then there's less time that you have to spend learning into the new thing, and you'll make more money because they're in and out, in and out, in and out. Maybe because you can just get more people interested into the tints, you can have someone else that's helping you out that you're paying a fair salary, and maybe it can be like your little brother, you know, tinting windows with you.
I have someone who works for me too.
And it's easier to grow and scale when you're focusing on one thing than if you like do multiple things.
Gotcha.
So it's like that's something that Alex talks about. Is like that's where a lot of business owners get stuck, is because they're like, all right, I want to grow, and they start doing too much. Whereas like if they just focus on that one thing, they'll get to where they want to go way faster.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more you know.
All right. Yeah, for real. Was this being recorded?
That or what I just said?
Everything. You could probably use that.
Yeah, it is being recorded. It was a kind of side conversation, which is funny.
Nah, it's better that way. It's more natural.
Aside from like wanting to like kind of have like a more marketable brand and being able to do things with more, do you have like an overall vision for like what you want to do with your company?
Well, yeah. Well, for one, I want to be one of the biggest shops in RI. A big shop, a marketable brand, and that everybody just I want like people in RI just to know like that business. Just like, oh, that first thought, like, oh, going back to like focusing on window tint. Like, oh, you know anybody who tints? Like, no, I don't, but you just go to the guy, go to Jonny. Yeah. Everybody goes to him. That's what I want it to be known as. Like, I want it to be like a staple for RI. Like, the first thought to your head, like someone's gonna ask you, like, oh, you know where I can get my window tint? Like, oh yeah, just go to Jonny. You're just gonna be like you're just gonna know automatically without having to like look too deep into it. It's just a staple for Rhode Island, you know.
Being like an established business owner now, like you know, you're doing quite decent for yourself.
Yeah.
What would you say to maybe other aspiring entrepreneurs that maybe are struggling to kind of get over that hump at the beginning of starting their business? Maybe they haven't started yet, or maybe they're just going through something that's like they don't see how it could work. Like, what do you have like any sorts of words, advice for maybe that person?
Consistency. You just gotta stay consistent. Life ain't easy, bro. Like anything you do in life, you have to put in a lot of time. It does not get given out, man. Like the amount of time I had to put in to really like perfect, quote unquote, the craft. Mm-hmm. Took a long time. There was so much mess ups, man. Like redoing windshields like 5-10 times, but one time I counted it was 8 times I redid a windshield.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent. You have to you gotta want it. You gotta be hungry. I don't feel like, as much as it's like, it sucks to say, like maybe not everybody's built for it, but you have to be hungry to get it, bro. You gotta be.
I'll tell you what, it builds character.
It does, bro. And
it builds character.
You gotta be humble too.
Uh-huh.
And you know what I'm saying, like be grateful for everything too as well. Just stay consistent. You have to have discipline in this thing too. Like you gotta get up and do this. Like being a business owner, nobody's gonna do it for you. Like it's all just, you gotta get up, you gotta make your bed, you gotta go make breakfast, and then you gotta go put in the work and effort. Even working from like, let's say 9 in the morning to like 5 p.m. in your business, you still have to work after that. You still have to pick up phone calls, even if you're out and about. You know what I'm saying? You have to, even after the fact, even after your 9 to 5, you have to go back to either, I don't know, your Instagram or something like that. For me at least, I have to respond to my 10 plus clients. I have to respond to, like, it's a lot. And then you still have to market your business. You still have to post these things. Like it's not easy, but you gotta be consistent. Right? You gotta have that discipline to just work and just put in that work.
Yeah.
In that pain.
And it's funny too, because kind of like the way that I look at it is like, yes, it's hard. It wouldn't, the best things in life worth doing is hard. And like, no matter what you do in life, I love saying this, is choose your hard.
Yo, for real, you really have to, because it's hard to lay in bed all day, because after that, what? Nothing's easy, bro. Everything's fucking hard. It's it's like you either struggle being broke and like struggling like to eat, or you work really really hard so you don't struggle with that. It's hard, bro.
Yeah, you know, and exactly what you said. It's hard to be rich. It's hard to be broke. It's hard to be in shape. It's hard to not be in shape,
dude. No, for real.
So it's like, you know, what type of difficulties are you going to choose? Because no matter what way you put it, life is gonna be hard.
No, life is hard, bro. Regardless of the fact, anything.
And that's what makes business as well worth it as well, is because I feel like, while yes, it's insanely difficult to really make it work. You know, 99% of business owners fail. That's a popular saying. It molds you into a person that's able to withstand and problem solve and do so much. Like it's so much more rewarding.
It is.
So if you're out there, you have big aspirations, don't waste time, get after it. You may be procrastinating on anything. Stop procrastinating. Go do what you need to do. How did it feel like once you were able to kind of start seeing some success with your business? That you're able to buy like one of your toys, one of your cars. Is that one of your dream cars there?
The C6 Corvette, yeah. That's one of my affordable dream cars. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this. There's levels to this shit. So that's one of my. That's like stepping into the game. You know, like I was able to, like there's like, I hear a lot of songs and they say like you never take your money with you. Like you can work so hard and you could just save it and save it and save it, but you work so hard, why not enjoy your money? Like there's obviously a level to it, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you spend all your money on toys and live your fullest life and then have like $200 in your bank account. It doesn't work like that. You obviously have to have a balance, but I started seeing the amount I had saved up, and I was just like, it's just sitting there. One thing I do know is like you shouldn't really let money sit there. Because it's not doing anything for you, and you could either, which I'm still learning to invest my money. I gotta talk to someone like a financial advisor on where I should go about that. But I had some money sitting around and I was like, I've been looking at this damn Corvette. One thing about me, like, you know how some people like to go out and party and smoke and drink. I have a passion with my own car. Like it's my own hobby. It's my own. I have plenty of hobbies, but that's one thing that will keep my mind off of work or whatever it can be. I'll finally finish a long day of work. I'll be able to go in my car and just enjoy it. It feels good, you know. I'm finally able to enjoy it. So, like I said, I had a good amount of money saved up, and then I was just like looking for this damn Corvette because I had a old '90s Japanese car. It blew up, but I was like, damn, because that was like my little side. That was like a little side thing where I could like enjoy. But it blew up. ZX. Yeah, my twin turbo 300 ZX. It blew up. It hurt, but whatever. I got rid of it, and like a year later, I was just in the market for this damn Corvette, and I wanted a C6, and it had to be black, murdered out C6 vet, and I was looking for damn near a year. I came across a couple, but nothing was really like catching my eye, and finally I was like, I looked it up, like I would check every week on just see what was for sale, and I seen this black Corvette. The thing is, there was no pictures of it. I just seen it was a 2011 Grand Sport, which is what I wanted. And it had low mileage, and it was 6 speed. Yeah. And it was at a good price. So I was like, what the? And I called the dealership, and I was just like, yo, you guys got this Corvette over there? And I seen in the description it was black. I was like, you guys got this black Corvette over there that's 6 speed? He's like, yeah, man, we have it. Come check it out. I went the next day. I was looking at it, and I was like, bet this is the one. Obviously, I'm not done with my money, so I had to make sure the numbers lined up correctly. I didn't just go in there and just put myself in some debt. I'm not like that. I'm really smart with what I do. And if it didn't make sense, I wouldn't have bought it. It's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? And so everything made sense. The numbers made sense to me. I was able to afford it comfortably. So I was just like, why not? And like worst case scenario, if you really need that money for your business later on, you could just sell it. But at least you got enjoyment out of it. At least you got to enjoy your money, because there's a saying like you never know when your last day is, man. So you work so hard, it's okay to enjoy your money, man. So I personally believe so. You just go out and enjoy it.
I'm happy for you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Happy for all the success you've been able to see.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I'm trying. It ain't easy, bro. I'm working hard every day, bro, to make it happen.
We were talking a little bit off camera because the camera died. We had or overheated. We have to get it a chance to cool down. But we wanted to bring this conversation on camera.
Okay.
And I was asking you, I'm like, all right, like, what are your plans in scaling your business? I know you mentioned you wanted to rebrand, get a more marketable name. You mentioned you want to open up a separate shop because you're outgrowing the garage.
Which is a blessing. I'm glad I'm able to outgrow my shop, and I'm glad it happened that way.
Yeah. And my questions to you was like, all right, well, what's more so of your timeline? You said, hey, I want to do this within like the next year or two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, what's stopping it? Because, rebranding, it's free.
Yeah.
You can kind of do that as fast as you want to do it.
Right.
In terms of like actually, getting to the next level for your business and opening up your other location where you can bring in more business, like what's stopping you from like doing that sooner?
I don't want to rush into anything just yet, but I do have a time period from right now. So my turning 24 is when I'm gonna figure out my rebrand. Once I figure out my name and something that sticks to me, because I'm more like I feel like it has to have meaning to me. I just don't want to put something out there and it has no meaning to me and just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
it has to have a meaning to me. Yeah. I don't do this just for the business. I do it just for myself as well. Like,
of course,
I have to have a connection to this thing. So from now till 24, I plan on doing a full rebrand, a marketable business, a marketable name, and then from there is once I have my name like set in stone where I could market like freely, even if it doesn't have to do with tint, that's when I'll look into my shop. Okay. But like I said, all in God's timing.
Okay. What does it mean? Like you don't want to rush into anything?
I'm not sure. It has to feel right. So I don't know what it means. I don't know, but I kind of go off that. It has to feel right to me. Yeah. In order to get into anything, because I don't know.
I mean, I'm not there yet. However, it would be good to. Let me figure out how to word this. I understand what you're saying in terms of like, it being on God's timing, you not wanting to rush the process, and like, it feels right. It's also good to have specific goals.
It definitely is.
Like, like in terms of getting your business to where you want to be, just because recently I've just been mad into business.
I don't blame you. No,
if you want to get your business to X amount of, it kind of goes back to like kind of the specific goal conversation we had earlier, where it's like you want to get your business to a point where like you can be a staple, where you can, I don't know, take care of whoever you want to take care of to the capacity you want to take care of. All right, what do I need to be doing to get to that point? Like for me to be able to afford X, Y, Z and do the things that I want to do, like I want my business to be making $50,000 a month. Yeah. I want my business to be making $30K a month, $100K a month. Now, when you think about it in terms of specific goals, it's less about like, all right, I'll get there when I get there. It's like, all right, I have a clear vision. What can I do to get there?
I see.
Yeah. So it's like, for example, if you want to double your income or triple it, you
definitely double that.
Is that possible in your current place where you're at with your current garage?
No.
Okay. How soon do you want to double it? 1-2 years?
Yeah, probably within 2 years.
Now, if I told you that, or what if I told you that was possible within the next 6 months?
I want to believe you, I guess, right?
That goes back to it's funny that you say that. That's kind of like why wouldn't you believe me? Let me ask you.
I don't know what I'm going to tell you because I can't tell. I can't tell the future. I wouldn't believe that. I'd be surprised.
Okay. Well, what if like the reason, like it's hard to believe is just because your mentality just isn't wired that way to like kind of think, you know what can I do to get there in 6 months? For example, like if there was like more urgency behind, like if you had a specific goal and obviously this was a goal that you're set on. Right. It's like, all right, in order to get to this goal, double my income, I need more space. What do I need to do to get a space? Boom, you're finding a place. All right, now what can I do to get more customers? Now you're looking into, getting
brand, marketable.
The rebrand that could help with that. Now you're looking into maybe instead of just kind of doing what you've been doing through word of mouth and referrals, now you're looking into paid advertisements. And it's like, all of a sudden, yes, your journey becomes more difficult because you're kind of doing it more focused, and it's not like kind of organically growing as time goes on and just kind of slowly builds. It'll be more difficult.
So it's more structured.
Yes, it's more structured. It's more focused, and above all, like, it's easily possible.
It is.
Like, from what you told me, this is like off the record. I'm not gonna put his business out there. From the amount that you're making,
Right,
to double that, I don't think it's honestly difficult at all. It's just like having the right knowledge and really working towards it the right way to really get there. Like, it doesn't need to take 2 to 3 years to actually get to that goal where you can double, even triple. Like, it's just all about strategy and all about how you really attack your next step going forward.
got it. You basically gotta write this stuff down and attack it and figure it out, right?
Yeah.
So, give yourself a timeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from there, figure out what you need to do within that timeline to make it happen, right?
Exactly.
Go step by step.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna take your advice. I'll figure it out. We'll see.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
I'm telling you, just be quick with it, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know where you are in terms of like the lifestyle that you want to live right now. Like, you just kind of want to, kind of take like a laid back because, you're already doing quite decent, or like how urgent it is for you to scale your business. But if it isn't like something that's like top of line, top priority, it can easily be like if you just continue applying yourself the way that you have been, a little bit more, or a little at a different perspective, easy. You can easily say within the end of the year, you can probably have that branding stuff figured out by the end of the month.
I could.
And then you could probably be, I mean, if you are ready if you have the funds to get another location ready and set aside already, you could probably find another location to open up shop in the next 2 to 3 months.
Right.
You could probably fill that shop up and transfer everything, put the equipment you need in there before the end of the year.
So the shop that I'm in right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep that around.
Yeah.
For specific cars that have to stay there. Like paint protection film. Cars
Yeah.
have to stay there for at least probably 2 days, depending on
Yeah.
what they're getting done. And the other shop, like I said, the one that has
Mm-hmm.
cars in and out of there. Because when I do open up another shop, I probably will consider detailing.
Mm.
I'd hire someone for that though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'd stick to my window tint because that's what I'm really, really good at. And then I'll dabble into PPF. Get really good at that. But when I'm in the other shop, I'll be able to have an area big enough where cars could just constantly be coming in and out of there too. And then instead of my 1 bay garage right now, it's 2 bays, but I use it for 1 because all this other equipment and stuff. But
I got you.
Keep it both. I'll be able to keep both businesses open, like both areas, both locations. And then once I'm in there,
bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
What?
I was just to say, like, the world is yours, bro.
It really is. Bro.
Like,
gotta figure it out.
You're gonna figure it out. Like,
I am. I'm glad that what I'm saying, you messaged me to come by over here because you messaged me and I was like, you supported me, so I was like, oh, of course I'm gonna support you. Like that's all it's about. Like showing love in business,
yes,
man. That's all it's about.
It's funny because when I heard about you, I was at work. Someone said, "Oh, have you heard of JDMJonnyTints?"
I'd be surprised, bro, like how it works. Like I'd be surprised if like, oh yeah, I had a funny enough, I had a teacher come by, right? I don't know what school she went to or what school she taught for. She was a teacher and she was like, oh yeah, funny enough, the reason I found out about your page is because my students were talking about you. And I was like, what? And I was like, they was talking about like getting their windows tinted and they were talking about Jonny. And I was like, it's crazy how like stuff happens and like how your name goes out there.
And it's funny because like, I was like kind of looking around, seeing what's out there.
Yeah, and of course you gotta look around for your services. And
then I'm talking to Victor, who I interviewed last episode, and Victor's like, "Oh, that's my boy."
Yo, cool. Shout out Vic for real. He's a good guy.
So we ended up linking up, and it just ended up being mad organic. It's funny how just you selling tints, where your business can lead to this episode right here.
No, yeah, it's all about a connection. Like I'm saying, that's really what I want. When people come into my shop, I want them to feel comfortable. And just say what they want to say. Like there's nothing behind. Like it's what I'm saying. It's all love. That's all it is. I feel like that's how you get a good connection. That's how you get people to come back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just go to my boy Jonny. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
I like that feeling. It's a good feeling for them to feel comfortable and just talk about me. Like, oh, that's my boy. Just go to him, bro. He's good.
Yeah. Well, my boy, like I'm supporting you. I'm wishing you more success, more continued success, and I hope you can really scale this thing to the moon and really get to all those goals and dreams that you want. Being that staple, bro.
Thank you. You too, though, for real. This narrative, I see a vision, bro. I see your vision. You're gonna get far with this.
I appreciate it.
As long as you put in that work, bro, and you stay consistent.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna get somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Of course, dog.
All right. Well, that's really all the questions I had for you. Thank you for coming through. I think there was a really good conversation, and I love talking to other entrepreneurs, other business owners, people that are kind of just in the beginning of the scaling their processes. I love seeing what they're doing to kind of grow, how to grow, and what their plan of action is. And then for like really successful like entrepreneurs, I like asking them how they got there. Like, oh, what are you doing for this? How are you getting new clients? How are you getting leads? How does this part of your process look like? So it was an engaging conversation. So I appreciate you for coming through. And
thank you for like throwing some knowledge out there off camera on how to market that business and how to scale it.
Yes, sir.
Trust me, any questions I'm gonna ask you. Anybody have any questions, hit him up. He definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to marketing his business.
Yes, sir. And yeah, man, like you just we're locked in. Feel free to hit me up about whatever if you wanna throw ideas around. If you guys made it to the end of this episode, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for supporting me. If you have any thoughts, questions, you want to share something about the podcast, feedback, just feel free to, or please just engage, leave a comment down below. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, you guys might not know this, but you can leave comments on Spotify podcast like you can on a YouTube video. So engage, save the podcast, comment on it. And Jonny, do you have anything that you want to leave to the audience, lasting thoughts, words, a message?
All I can really say is be a genuine person, be truthful to who you are, and don't try to fake anything, man. Like it shows when you're fake. Just be a kind-hearted person, show lots of love to anybody who shows love to you, and just be humble and appreciate every little thing. And man, like I said, like I don't know, no goal is too big or no dream is too big. Anything is achievable in life as long as you work really, really hard and you're disciplined enough to do it. And you gotta really want it, because nothing easy comes in life, man. It's life's hard, bro. Just gotta work really hard and be grateful for every little thing that you get.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you for again. I really give you your flowers, but thank you for coming here.
Of course, man.
Jonny, JDMJonnyTints on IG. If you want to shout out your business, your window tints. Thank you for being here. This is JDMJonnyTints.
Of course.
I'm just gonna let you get a chance to shout yourself out, shout out your business, your handles.
Okay, well, it's JDMJonnyTints on Instagram. Message me for all your window tint needs, your PPF needs. I'm more than happy to respond to you, educate you on everything you need to know about it, and I just want you to be 100% comfortable with dropping off your vehicle to me. I will make sure it comes out great and amazing. And just thank you for supporting me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, brother.
Of course.